Kann man in third SpeedCon?
Alright.
Von 1.1 nicht. Hello! Mega Man X. We call it Rockman X. So, my name is berlindude.
I'm Z4T0X.
I'm Bamboo Shadow.
We play Mega Man X if you don't see it. It's called Rockman X because we play the Japanese version. What is the estimate? 5 hours or?
38.
38. Oof, okay, so
It's kind of tight, but
3 deaths are possible. Kind of.
So I guess without further ado, we should get this going, right?
Do you want?
yeah, I'm ready.
So I'm gonna give you guys a countdown. Are your settings all right?
Yes.
All right. So let's start this in West Berlin. You have to do
I will
the
try
honors.
to do everything in the same time.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Okay.
Have fun in dying.
Hopefully no death.
We will see. So we are mashing.
So yeah, the intro stage is pretty much just about knowing when to charge up and knowing when to mash. You don't want to pick up too many health upgrades later. And yo, the swag mashing right here.
Please no bad RNG here. 2 times in a row.
Would be hard.
The first B. And you see our runners just boosting through it to stand on top here.
We have both passive, so we want HP drops or good RNG.
Okay.
I have a double passive. What a horrible RNG.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
So I have to kill this B from the front. That causes me like 7 seconds. If not, I would die if I would just go forward. But yeah, this is RNG.
So yeah, we will be running any percent today, which is, I guess you could call it the main category for this game. We're gonna fight all 8 Mavericks, are they called, right?
Yes.
And oh, dude, that was kind of unfortunate. You want to have tops at top. At most you want to have 3 bars in when you enter this small little cutscene boss fight here.
Oh,
Z4T0X attempting the so-called task car, Sperling doing that as well. Doing it way better here.
What? I've never seen that before. Really.
Oh, this is like another marathon. This had never happened before moment. No biggie.
Yeah, but this is okay. But I didn't even know. I thought the car despawned because of the ship, but
Yeah.
this is okay. I mean,
That's just a result of entering the boss fight with with less as low health as possible, as you're seeing on berlindude's screen. You can see this boss is just shooting this attack, stunning Mega Man, and that's when the text is already starting.
we both have great intro stages.
Yeah, it's just like
Double
RTA.
passive
This
B.
would be so
look at this.
such a short reset.
An unskippable beginning. You have to get hit from this guy better punching than getting just body contact until he gets 3, 2, or 1 HP.
Great.
And then you get caught into that electricity. My
228.
God. We are such a shame runners right now.
Sorry for the estimate. I mean,
No problem. You can
told
do it,
you.
guys. You can do it.
So,
You can get it if you really want.
So yeah, we go into tilting in because we need the dash boots. The dash boots make this game actually faster.
Because you don't get them for free.
No, I would love to get it for free.
Yeah. I get really amazed when I saw Mega Man X yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. Like a few days ago, when you're able to dash right off the bat. That was pretty cool to see.
X2? You mean the struggle run? Yeah, so we are walking here because we still don't have the dash boots, like Bamboo said. We don't get them for free. And now we just have to get them here. And that means we have to use some slope jumps here and there. And then we get the dash. In X2 actually and X3, you start with the dash boots directly. Was kind of a cool gimmick. Here you just have to equip them. If not, you're walking always. And yeah, we're going up here to the capsule, and there's Santa Claus or Dr. Light telling us critical times, you need that, take the dash boots. And from now on it will be a speed run, right?
Sorry?
It will be a speed run now, because we're
Yeah,
having
really.
getting
Now
speeds.
the speed is actually happening in this run. And it's always interesting to see how our players are choosing their button layouts. I guess Berlin has his dash button on the L button, which is actually something which is rather unfamiliar, I would say. I haven't seen that too often. I guess the default button for the dash is the A button.
Correct.
Which like means you'd have to claw most of the time, do the claw grip for the most of the time if you want to just you know, be able to enter your inputs at the most efficient way, which is needed in the speedrun, obviously. Z4T0X has it on the R button. That's something that is also rather common between runners, I would say.
Like, you cannot imagine, but L and A are actually the most common, and R is not so common.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Z4T0X informed me differently, but you know, I'm blaming him. So yeah, the first fight, I don't know too much about that, but only, you know, managed the iframes properly.
A lot of RNG, a tough fight to do well.
Yeah. I guess you can take like only 2 or 3 hits and then you're already gone.
Yep. 5
and you want to do the dash lemon as often as possible, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, dash lemons, big charges, combination CFO strat, using a dash lemon, then charging up. Same thing what we had in X2.
That was somewhat risky. And yeah, you don't want to see the slider. You know, sometimes, as you're seeing on Z4T0X's screen, he sometimes likes to do that slider. And that's just wasting time because he's invulnerable in that state.
Yeah, he can even double slide. The worst thing is, like, he can slide 2 times in a row. He's like, you cannot hit him in that moment. He's like, you make ping, ping, ping. Like so, next stage.
So yeah, this tower, that's a really nice jump by berlindude right there. Really precise. Looking so easy if these guys are doing it like in the runs all the time. And you know, just blasting through these lasers. Usually don't want to get hit, but that's not too bad. We should have enough health to get through here. And especially those guys with shooting these small parachutes are really annoying if you're playing this casually.
Also, they make a lot of damage.
I can remember.
Horrible damage. 5 HP if you bonk the body.
Yeah, and I always wondered how this thingy works there with the spikes where you can stand to the right there.
I think Z4T0X can explain it a little bit if he has time on the elevator. But it's like you have to make a jump input in the same time when you're collecting that, and then you don't get the damage.
Wait 1 second. All you have to do is a wall kick. Basically jump and jump when you're really close to the wall. To the spikes, and do not hit the direction button. That's all.
Okay, so not hitting the direction button is the key here. Because I remember I tried playing this casually, this weird trick, but no, never seemed to work. And we see berlindude using the ice upgrade, which we got from the Penguin boss fight, which is pretty cool because it's like the ice shotgun, and it's just its AOE is really OP. It's just, you know, you're shooting it and it's just going crazy throughout all of the room. Which is also going to be really helpful when we're going to be fight with one of the other Mavericks later. But first, the second Maverick, Kuwanger. Pretty cool quick kill coming up here if the guys are able to get it. Where you just can sort of stun lock him. You don't want to mess with him too much because he deals a lot of damage. And the second phase is where he starts teleporting, just trying to get him right off the bat when he loses the iframes. That was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, no Tango, but still he didn't teleport so much. Perhaps Tango from Z4T0X. Let's see. So, oh, you got catched.
That is what, yeah, you want to try to avoid at best.
I had it here.
And
great runs from us so far.
Second phase as well here.
So the worst thing
nice
is like, this guy can teleport forever if you don't get him in the animation. Didn't get the dance, but like Z4T0X had 4 HP, so it was really risky because every body contact would be actually a death. So good job, Z4T0X.
Not too happy so far, but let's see. The run, we are still underestimated. I mean.
You guys are making me crazy, man. With all your estimates and whatnot.
Nice dash.
You know, I guess speedrunners are not too good with estimating anything, you know, they're just good at going fast, you know.
Next time you just take the double time of the PBs and then it's fine, hopefully. No, it's like, this run is actually not so hard, especially in the 8 Mavericks, but yeah, you see like something small goes wrong, you're directly behind, like 1 or 2 or 3 minutes, depends. Coming up the hardest fight in the game. Even a casual player knows this pattern. Chameleon has a really interesting pattern. Hopefully you enjoy that right now.
Yeah, so
let's see what
serious time.
Serious time, yeah. Concentrate.
Important SIG fight coming up. Will he get it? Okay, when they're just hanging there.
Frame perfect every time.
Yeah, this is like 16 frame perfect inputs in a row. And he got it, nice.
Yeah, even when you're playing casual, you saw that that movement and you always get it, even as a casual kid. You get that really quickly in your mind what you have to do.
Yeah, I remember my first time playing this, it was actually I was playing it more casual, and really this, casually it's really challenging because he's just jumping around and becoming invisible and stuff, you know. But with the Kuwanger's attack, what is it called again? This
Cutter.
The cutter, yeah. Just way easier.
The boomerang cutter.
The boomerang, nice.
It comes back. So we got to Eagle. Before we talked about the race, we said what we can collect, because there are actually ways to play low percent, so you don't collect anything like hearts or sub-tanks. But we agreed both to take a sub-tank here in Eagle. So we have like, what is it, like extra energy, like refill sub-tank to refill our HP. And we talked about getting at least one heart. And yeah.
I hate that sound. Okay.
You have to tell that Z4T0X is really doing the pro strat, so feel definitely free to clap for him, because he's definitely doing harder strats than me.
Well, I guess especially in a marathon setting, it's worth considering some actually easier strats, because like this game, the movement in this game is really highly optimized. Like the leap of faith, which we're probably going to see later. Let's see.
If Z4T0X get it, I'm afraid of it.
But you know, it's you shouldn't die too often. I mean, like dying is not too bad, but you know, it shouldn't happen too often. And again, using the weakness we got from the boss fight before to fight this boss again. And really, when I played this casually, you shouldn't ever fight the bosses without their weaknesses. So knowing their weaknesses and using them is just making the fights way easier.
Just one dive. This guy has RNG. He can dive forever, or he just stays on the ground, or he hovers. So one dive is actually a good pattern, luckily. Let's see what Z4T0X gets.
Hello, dive! That's just like a Terranigma joke. Really? So, yeah, in Terranigma you want the bird actually to dive. In this game you don't want him to dive, but you know, I guess it's still good RNG. We can
still good. If he would have dived here the second time, it would have been actually better.
Faster, but he just hovered.
So but still good. Oh, you're doing Mammoth now. Okay, I'm going for Mandrill now.
Yeah, so the routes are splitting up, and we are coming together, I think, in the fifth, in the last boss in Octo. And he's going to Mandrill already. You can make this guy here Mammoth whenever you want, between 5 and 8. You can even make him last, but I just, because of menuing, always decide to play this guy as number 5, because I'm more the 100% runner than the 80% runner, and Z4T0X is actually more the 80% runner from us, because he never played Hundo until now.
I just wanted to say, he's not too much of a Hundo runner at all, I guess, but
at least
isn't too bad. I guess you're profiting from, you're still profiting from playing the other category in case you ever want to switch categories and whatnot.
Oh, it's so dark. I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, again, the marathon issues, you know, you're not playing on your home setup, and it's like a little brighter in here. The CRTs are also like tuned a little brighter than probably what Z4T0X is used to. So if you actually wondered how our runners got through here, it's actually, you can see it. You can see still a little bit of the parkour shimmering through the black overlay. And yeah, Z4T0X, I guess, right?
Yeah, the biggest problem is like this stage is the only stage where it's really dark and you have to actually see your jumps. That's why Z4T0X is going a little bit forward. He's only going for the Armadillo Heart. I could perhaps go also to the Mandrill Heart. Let's see. And the game also, we already talked about that bamboo lag happening in games. A lot of sprites on the screen brings lag to us.
Yeah, don't we know about this? And yeah, actually, I sort of blabbed over Berlin's boss fight here for this boss. What is his name again?
Flame Mammoth. Burning Numander.
Yeah. And yeah, we can... but I'm confused now. You guys are doing different levels, right?
Yeah, correct. I'm already in the next stage, and
I
he
was just a little confused because you just entered... Berlin just entered the Mandrill stage.
Yeah.
He did the Terreux boss before.
Correct.
Now I'm going to his stage.
And now you're going to the
so
Terreux
we are
stage.
going into the same route again after this stage. Oh yeah.
Terreux! Benjamin Blümchen. So, yeah, I guess it's also the Buwanger, what was it? The Kuwanger ability, which makes that mini boss a little faster.
Yeah, he stayed for up forever, so you want actually that he comes down, but he didn't came down, so you have to kill him in the top, and that's always horrible. So Z4T0X is not going for that hard. I always go for that hard. Because, yeah, safety first. Because losing life in the last boss is actually the worst what can happen.
Yeah, it's pretty swag that you can pick it up with a weapon there, you know, just casually.
You can even go up there and collect it like wall kicking. But yeah, the boomerang is a really nice weapon to collect hearts, for example, or sub-tanks. You see that a lot in the Mega Man X1 game, collecting things on the way without stopping.
I guess there's only one way to recover Kuwanger skip, right?
Really
yeah,
hard
again,
trick.
the Mandrill fight with a ice shotgun, just so OP, you know.
You can't even hit him when he's still like not anymore in the iframes, but still frozen. So it's actually kind of a double hit here. Also in Flame Mammoth, you can hit him twice with a tornado if you put it in the right way. So you make actually 6 damage in every cycle because yeah, you get the double hits. But sometimes.
Yeah, I guess we can clap for those fights. Hype any % race. Sunday evening at SpeedCon 2019.
So the any % route, the 8 Mavericks are actually not so hard, but it becomes much harder when we are going into the Sigma stages, the last 4. There it gets really hard for us because big damage for us, every boss. Things like that.
So this stage is actually pretty short, pretty straightforward, because you can just use those mine carts or whatever they are. And I just recently learned that there's some swag little strat they probably both be doing now. Is when they will enter the last minecart. And that jump is actually pretty tough right there. I died there a couple of times. If you're jumping too far to the left, that guy with a, you know, with a freaking whatever it is there, you know, he's just one-shotting you. So that's pretty precise what they have to do there. And the guys are jumping there a couple of times just to despawn some sprites that are usually appearing there. And we don't want to have them because they just lag the hell out of that screen.
Yeah, every time when the card is connecting to that, what is it called, street or whatever, like this track, it spawns the birds. So that's why we are jumping there. Oh, perfect pattern.
Those birds, man. Yeah, and that boss, you like sort of break his shell with his weakness, and after that it's, yeah, just stun locking him. We've seen this a couple of times at Mega Man runs, you know.
He's RNG, he can roll forever in the beginning, or he can just stop directly, so you get also the perfect pattern. Good for us, because that makes the race equal. Because RNG can really decide that run in one way or the other.
Like except for the intro stage death.
Well, it was your fault. I cannot change it.
Do we have time for donations?
Sure.
Go ahead.
We have $5 by Dexu saying the race just started and Z4T0X showing the real struggler spirit right from the start. Good luck to both runners, and I hope we will have a super close race in the end and see some awesome struggle during the run. And $50 by Krillapan saying third time runner, third time donator, third time viewer. Thanks for the great event, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Overestimate was required, wasn't it? Greetings from Germany. PS, yellow shirt girl told me she wants to do Cuphead next year at SpeedCon.
Nice.
Shout out to yellow shirt girl. So if you want to follow Yellow Shirt Girl, she's actually also a Twitch streamer. So you can do that. Is it cool? Yeah, I just calling out. She's Dextro Anarchy, so you should follow her. She does really cool casual streams. Fighting recently some weird Colossus, so I enjoy that. But next Colossus in Mega Man, this weird mini bosses here. Oh, dude, you really want to pay attention there because those spikes down there on Z4T0X's screen, they're one-shotting you. And a pretty neat quick kill. When I saw this the first time, it's so freaking easy with a tornado there. Usually you can one-shot that guy, and you're barely seeing him coming out of the ground. And yeah, just following our way through this water stage, which isn't actually as bad as the water stages in Mario Land, for example. And on to the last Maverick, if I recall correctly, right?
Yep.
And also one of the hardest boss fights there.
Yes.
So gonna let these guys focus. Too. Yeah, a lot of RNG. All right, nice.
Had a little bit bad luck, had low HP, had to use my sub tank already. Didn't got crushed into the submarine, that's why I'm lost a lot of time, but it's completely okay. Still a race. Let's see if he's doing the leap of faith, Mr. Z4T0X.
Leap of faith.
That's right.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna do that?
Yes, of course.
Sure.
I always go for leap of faith.
No problem. It's a free trick, right?
Super free.
So this is where the fun starts, because those stages are way harder, especially those jumps over those platforms you're seeing.
Okay,
that was the leap of faith. Gone. And yeah, especially if you're jumping over these platforms here, if you're just walking a little bit to the left or to the right, the flying enemies around there are immediately respawning. It's really freaking annoying, and yeah. The complexity of the enemies and jumps you have to do goes up a lot. And a small little skip there. What is that called, Z4T0X again?
1 second.
The wire skip.
Skip. Yeah, it's not over yet. I mean, you can really lose a lot of time if you're slow and even soft lock the game.
Yep. Okay.
That's why we really need to focus here.
Sure thing.
I mean, now I have to go down. This cutscene can take 2 seconds away if Wild is hugging you, most likely. You can push him back with a rolling shield, but that can also soft lock the game, so I would never do that. I would rather take the risk of losing the 2 seconds instead of soft locking. So let's see now. That was horrible.
Really good fight by berlindude. Enabled him to catch up a little bit here. Yeah, I don't know what happened story-wise. It's just Zero, he's
just died, sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
Comes back in X2, wants to kill us. Things like that.
But we get that super sick ability there, right?
Oh, the charge up.
Pretty cool little trampoline thing going on there. And if you're seeing this the first time, this is the upgraded ability of that yellow attack. If you're holding the charge button there, or the attack button long enough, then you're getting invincible for I don't know, 10 seconds or something like that.
Yep.
And we're just using it to go through here easily. And on the Kuwanger refight, we're going to be refighting all the bosses in the Sigma stages. We can actually use his weakness now, since we have the homing rockets from Octopus. And there's also actually any current any percent world record. Shoutouts to our boy Walrus Prime. He did a, what is it, pixel perfect and frame perfect skip?
Pixel frame perfect skip and RNG heavy.
Yeah, it's like it's a freaking mess, really. It's just a freaking mess. Imagine this is like the worst thing. Also regarding this world record, is already really optimized, and he got that in his world record, and he made the 31 flat, and that was a pretty amazing run.
Definitely.
So shout out to Walrus. He's a great speedrunner.
And a good guy.
And a really cool guy, yeah.
So you have RNG with this boss. He can throw babies or not. And he can go with long paddles or short. And it's completely RNG. You never know.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't bring too many babies to life. But yeah, I really struggle with those babies. But you know, our honest, they don't seem to have any problem with the baby spiders.
God. This is fine. 3 or 4 times babies, I'm not sure, but this is fine.
Charging up for the last hit, they're doing that. So you can see the last boss of the Sigma stages is always like a new boss. So, but the other bosses will be refought throughout those stages. So entering Sigma 2, Z4T0X being slight in the lead, but you know, especially with the
biggest RNG stage right now incoming.
Yeah,
a lot of RNG in this. Can change 15 seconds if the one gets the best pattern and the other one the worst, for example. Minimum. Could be even more. Depends on the birds. Birds are jerks.
And Wrangler. Wrangler,
of course.
Horrible.
Also Wrangler. This guy can slide always, like, you know, or just stop. You never know.
Yeah, and again, refighting him this time with having his weakness, which is obviously fire, since it's Ice Penguin. I don't remember, we get the fire from the Teru guy, right?
Teru guy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, from...
5 slides.
The sing! The sing! How about that?
I told you, RNG.
So now it's definitely on. And our runners using again. That's an interesting choice by Berlin there. Haven't seen that. But you know, I'm not too familiar with Mega Man X strats, but you know, that's pretty cool that you have like several options to use a defensive upgrade to go through these rooms here, where just like filled with enemies all the time. Especially if you have to go vertically. It's really annoying if you have to take care of all the enemies. And Berlin getting slightly better RNG here. Z4T0X always getting the dives, only in the wrong game, I guess. But we can clap.
But it can change also in Wrangler Bangler. He can give us green eye, blue eye, red eye. Can always be crazy. So RNG is a big thing in this game, as you already know.
Yeah, especially if you want to go for world record, it's so so unforgiving. Definitely. Because you have to. The execution is really, you know, what they're doing is looking so easy and fun, but you know, it's really challenging. I played this game casually for the first time, like half a year ago, and I really struggled a lot, especially with the last boss fight, of course, which we're gonna see in a bit. And yeah, like with most speedruns, especially the especially the execution-heavy ones, you know. Looking fun and easy, but especially if RNG is like such a big component.
So, Dillo skip incoming. We love it. Let's see if we get it. Got it.
Gonna wait a little here for Z4T0X.
Okay. Yeah.
We skipped that boss by not forcing the camera to come down, so it's a cool trick.
Yeah, what fight did we skip there? The
Armadillo.
Armadillo, okay.
The guy with the shield.
And again, 16 frame perfect inputs. No, just messing with you. It's like, this fight is really free. I was able to do this casually as well, pretty quickly, so, no. If I can do it, you can do it as well. Believe me.
Everybody can do it.
And yeah, easy refight again. Yeah, bringing in the hype, the race hype at SpeedCon 2019. Nice. And again, Mandrill. I don't know, that boss fight is really so easy. I don't know, they could have left that out. It's just, you know, sitting there, shooting. It's impossible to miss him, you know.
I just missed him in the moment when you said it. It's fine, actually.
You just wanted to disprove me, right?
Yeah, sure.
Nice one. Entering water on berlindude side, so you might imagine what the next boss might look like. And you guessed it, it's again the octopus. Having his weakness like the last fight, so those fights should look pretty similar. Of course, always RNG is gonna vary. Always have to try to make sure you're calculating the enemy's iframes properly. You're seeing the bosses have like around, I don't know, 40-ish frames of iframes, so shouldn't shoot too soon, but not too late, so they don't get too much out of place. That was good fights. Berlin being slightly ahead and on the slightly upper hand when it comes to health here. Again, using the ability here to pick up some health there, that's really helping, and just to blast through this little passage here between the two boss fights, and we're having the Mammoth again. Actually, I learned the Terreux actually matter in this fight, because every time he does the Terreux, the conveyor belt, the direction of the conveyor belt changes, and you don't want to have that what happened at berlindude's here, because and Z4T0X got the good RNG, so that should be enable him to catch up a little. You saw berlindude had to walk all the way from the left to the right here, so Z4T0X might be able to like maybe gain a second or two here. And this boss fight is really challenging in my opinion, so I'm gonna shut the heck up.
I hate when the dash button does not work.
Nice one, nice.
That was really horrible.
No sub-tank?
Yeah, I had to use the sub-tank.
We same.
Always
We
that
have both no sub-tank.
That freaking dash button, man.
So, that means we don't have any energy back left, so we cannot refill ourselves in the boss fights. We have to use what we have. We can refill it here, but it would cost a lot of time. So we go kind of YOLO, even when we have the security. But
you guys will be fine. So entering a free-phase boss fight, the first one is only Meta Sigma's dog. Should be a pushover. Second phase is something you can play somewhat safe, if I recall correctly. But yeah, the third phase will be this will be a phase where you're thinking, oh dude, what the heck. Nice one. Let's see if Z4T0X can pull off as well. Ice is his weakness, so you know, using the ice shotgun again to just, you know, stun lock him at best and just go through here. Nice fights. So we're gonna hold our breath here till both runners are finished, because these boss fights are really challenging. Don't want to disturb our runners, so I'm gonna also shush from now on. Enjoy the music.
Rolling shields, and then we are done with the game. Do I have to use that button?
Okay. Bless RNG, both fights entering last phase. Let's go! right? Nice one.
Well done.
Well done.
Finishing 4 minutes under estimate. Is this even SpeedCon 2019? So I guess regarding the schedule, you runners want to quickly give out your shoutouts. I was Memo Shoto. I hope you enjoyed this run. And this is Z4T0X and Berlin Dude. You guys want to say something?
It was intense, definitely for us. We enjoyed the race. He's still the world record holder for Germany. So I hope you enjoyed the race. We didn't have both the security sub-tank, so it was a little bit more hard attacking for us. But we enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed SpeedCon because it was our last run. Next year again, rematch.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
My name is berlindude1, Z4T0X, Bamboo Shadow. Enjoy the last runs and see you perhaps next year.
Thank you very much for that pretty intense race.